Ibrahim Traoré catches his own military commander stealing weapons meant for the front lines and selling them to rebel forces. The betrayal cuts deeper than any enemy bullet. This is not just corruption. This is treason that costs soldiers their lives. Before we dive in, what time are you listening? Where are you from? Drop a comment below and tell me. And please like and subscribe to join the Ibrahim Traoré family. Ibrahim Traoré walks through the military base in Ouagadougou at 3 in the morning. Sleep does not come easy when soldiers are dying with broken equipment. He moves past the guards without announcement. The weapons depot sits in darkness. A single light flickers inside. Ibrahim Traoré approaches silently, years of military training guiding each step. Voices echo from within. He recognizes the first voice immediately. Commander Sankara, his trusted officer for 8 years. The man who fought beside him in countless operations. The man who saved his life twice. A second voice speaks in a foreign accent. The words are muffled, but the tone is clear. This is a transaction. Ibrahim Traoré edges closer to the depot entrance. Through a crack in the door, he sees them. Commander Sankara stands beside crates of automatic weapons. A male arms dealer counts money on a wooden table. These weapons were supposed to reach the northern battalions yesterday. Ibrahim Traoré's blood runs cold. Soldiers are fighting with outdated rifles while brand new weapons disappear into enemy hands. He pulls out his phone and begins recording. Commander Sankara laughs as he accepts the cash. The male dealer asks about the next shipment. Sankara promises him anti-tank missiles by next week, the same missiles requested by frontline units for 3 months. Ibrahim Traoré has seen enough. He pushes the door open. Both men freeze. The male dealer reaches for a weapon, but stops when he sees the soldier uniform. Commander Sankara's face drains of all color. The president does not raise his voice. He does not need to. The camera in his hand holds all the evidence. Commander Sankara drops to his knees. Words pour from his mouth about debt and family and pressure. Ibrahim Traoré asks him one question. How many soldiers died because of missing equipment? Sankara cannot answer. He cannot meet the president's eyes. The male dealer attempts to run, but guards appear at every exit. Within minutes, military police surround the depot. Commander Sankara is placed under arrest. The male dealer receives the same treatment. Ibrahim Traoré orders a complete inventory of all military supplies across every base. The sun rises over Ouagadougou as the investigation expands. More names surface. More commanders, more officials. The corruption runs deeper than anyone imagined. Ibrahim Traoré personally reviews every file. He discovers that weapons have been disappearing for 2 years. Entire shipments vanished from records. Soldiers filed complaints that were buried by senior officers. The chain of betrayal reaches high into military command. A male general visits the presidential office 3 days later. The Burkina Faso flag stands tall behind Ibrahim Traoré's desk as the general begs for mercy. He claims he only took a small cut. He claims everyone was doing it. Ibrahim Traoré reminds him of the soldiers who died holding empty magazines. He reminds him of the families who buried sons and brothers. He reminds him that every stolen weapon could have saved a life. The general leaves in handcuffs. The arrests continue throughout the week. 12 commanders. 7 supply officers. 4 generals. Each one thought they were untouchable. Each one believed the president would never notice. They were wrong. Ibrahim Traoré calls a meeting with the remaining military leadership. The presidential office feels smaller with so many empty chairs. The Burkina Faso flag witnesses his words as he speaks of trust and duty and sacrifice. He tells them about a young soldier who wrote home about faulty ammunition. That soldier died 3 days later when his weapon jammed during combat. The letter reached Ibrahim Traoré's desk 1 week ago. It burned in his mind ever since. The president announces immediate reforms. Every weapon will be tracked electronically. Every shipment will require 3 separate approvals. Random inspections will occur weekly. Any officer can report concerns directly to the presidential office without fear. A male colonel asks what happens to the arrested commanders. Ibrahim Traoré's answer is simple. Military tribunal, public trial, maximum sentences. No exceptions for rank or service record. Treason receives no mercy. News of the arrests spreads across Burkina Faso like wildfire. Citizens gather in the streets discussing what happened. A male shopkeeper in Ouagadougou tells customers about the weapons scandal. People shake their heads in disbelief and anger. Ibrahim Traoré knows the public must see justice happen. Transparency becomes his priority. He orders all trial proceedings to be broadcast. Every citizen deserves to know how deep the betrayal runs. The investigation team works around the clock in a secure building. A male intelligence officer discovers bank accounts in foreign countries. The amounts are staggering. Millions stolen over 2 years. Enough money to equip 10 battalions properly. Each bank record connects to another name. Each transaction reveals another conspirator. The male officer presents his findings to Ibrahim Traoré in the presidential office. The Burkina Faso flag watches as the president reviews evidence of systematic theft. Ibrahim Traoré orders the foreign accounts frozen immediately. He contacts international partners for assistance. Some countries cooperate quickly, others hesitate. The president makes it clear that Burkina Faso will remember who stands with them now. Commander Sankara sits in a military prison cell. Guards watch him constantly. He requested to speak with Ibrahim Traoré multiple times. Each request is denied. The president has nothing more to say to a traitor. A male psychiatrist evaluates Sankara for the trial. The commander shows no remorse. He justifies his actions by claiming low military salaries. He insists everyone in his position would have done the same. The psychiatrist notes this in his report. Ibrahim Traoré reads the psychiatric evaluation with disgust. Sankara still does not understand the weight of his crimes, still does not see the faces of dead soldiers, still does not feel the pain of grieving families. The trials begin within 2 weeks. The main courthouse in Ouagadougou fills with spectators. Journalists from across Africa attend. The world watches to see if Burkina Faso will truly hold its own accountable. Commander Sankara faces the tribunal first. 3 male judges preside over the case. The Burkina Faso flag hangs prominently in the courtroom. The prosecutor stands and begins presenting evidence. Video footage plays on large screens. Ibrahim Traoré's recording from that night in the depot. Sankara's voice is clear as he discusses selling weapons. His laughter echoes through the silent courtroom. Spectators gasp and murmur. The prosecutor presents financial records next. Bank statements showing deposits matching missing weapons, shipments. Timestamps proving the transactions occurred right after military supplies disappeared. The evidence is overwhelming and undeniable. A male soldier takes the witness stand. He describes going into combat with malfunctioning rifles. He describes watching his best friend die because ammunition failed. He describes requesting new equipment and being told nothing was available. His voice breaks multiple times. More soldiers testify throughout the day. Each story is similar. Equipment failures. Urgent requests ignored. Promises broken. Lives lost. The courtroom atmosphere grows heavier with each testimony. Some spectators weep openly. Sankara's defense lawyer tries to argue reduced responsibility. He claims his client faced financial pressures. He suggests the system itself encouraged corruption. The judges listen impassively. The prosecutor objects repeatedly. Ibrahim Traoré attends the trial in person. He sits in the gallery like any other citizen. His presence reminds everyone why this matters. Justice is not abstract. Justice is personal. Justice is necessary. The male prosecutor calls his final witness. A mother takes the stand. Her son was a soldier killed 6 months ago. His rifle jammed during an ambush. She holds his last letter. He had written about equipment problems weeks before his death. She reads the letter aloud. Her son's words describe frustration and fear. He knew the weapons were unreliable. He knew his commanders ignored the problems. He knew he might die because someone did not care. Her hands shake as she finishes reading. The courtroom falls completely silent. Even Sankar's lawyer looks down. The mother steps down from the witness stand. She walks past Sankara without looking at him. Her pain speaks louder than any words could. The judges deliberate for 2 hours. The courtroom waits in tense silence. Ibrahim Traoré does not move from his seat. He watches Sankara's face for any sign of remorse. He sees none. The judges return. The head judge announces the verdict. Guilty on all counts. Treason, theft, endangering national security. Conspiracy, v. Sentence is life imprisonment without possibility of parole. Additional 30 years for each count to run consecutively. Sankara's face finally changes. Reality crashes down on him. He tries to speak, but guards escort him away. The courtroom erupts in applause. Justice has been served. The message is clear. Betrayal costs everything. The trials continue for 3 weeks. Each conspirator faces similar proceedings. Evidence piles up. Testimonies multiply. Guilty verdicts follow one after another. The prison fills with former commanders and officials. Ibrahim Traoré visits military families throughout this period. He travels to villages across Burkina Faso. He meets mothers who lost sons. He meets brothers who lost siblings. He listens to their pain and their anger. In the village of Kumbia, an old mother invites him into her home. Her son died 8 months ago. She shows Ibrahim Traoré his photograph in uniform. The young soldier's smile is bright and hopeful. She explains he wanted to serve his country with honor. She describes receiving news of his death. A training accident, they told her. His weapon exploded during exercises. She always suspected something was wrong. Now she knows her suspicions were correct. Now she knows someone is responsible. Ibrahim Traoré promises her that the reforms will prevent future deaths. He promises her that her son's sacrifice was not in vain. He promises her that Burkina Faso will remember and honor every fallen soldier. She thanks him through tears. He visits a military cemetery outside Ouagadougou. Hundreds of graves stretch across the field. Fresh flowers mark recent burials. Ibrahim Traoré walks among the headstones, reading names and dates. Each one represents a stolen future. A male groundskeeper approaches him. The groundskeeper has worked here for 20 years. He has seen too many young soldiers buried. He asks the president if the reforms will really work, if corruption can truly be stopped. Ibrahim Traoré explains that corruption thrives in darkness. Transparency brings light. Accountability brings consequences. The combination creates change. The groundskeeper nods slowly. He wants to believe. He needs to believe. Burkina Faso needs to believe. Back in the presidential office, Ibrahim Traoré implements more reforms. A new digital system tracks every piece of military equipment. Each weapon receives a unique identifier. Each movement is logged automatically. Technology removes human discretion from the supply chain. A male technology expert from a friendly nation helps install the system. He explains how blockchain technology makes records impossible to alter, how satellite tracking monitors shipments in real time, how artificial intelligence flags suspicious patterns. The future looks different from the past. The first test shipment moves through the new system successfully. Weapons leave the factory with full documentation. Sensors track the convoy across Burkina Faso. The shipment arrives at a forward base with every item accounted for. Soldiers receive exactly what was sent. A male lieutenant signs for the delivery, personally. He inspects each weapon. Everything is new. Everything functions properly. Everything arrived on time. He reports back to command with satisfaction. This is how supply chains should work. Ibrahim Traoré receives the report at midnight. He allows himself a small smile. Progress is possible. Change is happening. Burkina Faso is moving forward. The sacrifice of catching Sankara that night is bearing fruit. But the work continues without pause. Other government departments need similar reforms. The male Minister of Health reports missing medicines. The male Minister of Education reports ghost teachers collecting salaries. Corruption spread everywhere. The fight expands. Ibrahim Traoré creates a National Anti-Corruption Commission. He appoints a male former judge known for integrity to lead it. The commission receives authority to investigate any government agency. No one is exempt. No position provides protection. The commission begins audits immediately. Teams of male investigators fan out across ministries and agencies. They examine contracts. They verify employees. They trace money flows. They find irregularities everywhere they look. A male hospital director in Bobo Dioulasso faces questions about missing surgical supplies. His records show purchases, but the supplies never arrived. He claims ignorance. The investigators dig deeper. They find his brother runs the supply company. The supplies were never real. The director is arrested within days. His brother faces charges too. The missing money is substantial, enough to build an entire new clinic, enough to save countless lives. Instead, it purchased luxury items and foreign property. Ibrahim Traoré announces the arrests publicly. He explains that corruption in healthcare kills just like corruption in military supply. A missing medicine is a death sentence for someone. A stolen ambulance means someone dies waiting for help. The public responds with increased reports. Citizens call hotlines with information. Male shopkeepers report officials demanding bribes. Male farmers report fake agricultural programs. Male teachers report ghost schools. The floodgates open. The commission struggles to process all the reports. Ibrahim Traoré assigns more investigators. He increases the budget. He makes clear this is a priority equal to national defense. A corrupt government cannot serve its people. A corrupt system must be dismantled. Months pass with constant revelations. Each investigation leads to more discoveries. The scale of corruption shocks even the investigators. Decades of systematic theft come to light. Billions stolen from programs meant to help citizens. Ibrahim Traoré addresses the nation from the presidential office. The Burkina Faso flag frames him as he speaks. He explains what has been found. He admits the system was broken. He promises to build something better, something honest, something worthy of the people's trust. He announces that all recovered funds will create a national development account. Every citizen can track the money online. Every project will be transparent. Every contract will be public. Darkness cannot hide what light reveals. International organizations take notice. A male representative from the United Nations visits Ouagadougou. He meets with Ibrahim Traoré to discuss the anti-corruption campaign. He praises the transparency and the accountability. He offers technical support. Other African nations send delegations. Male officials come to study the reforms. They want to implement similar systems. They want to learn how Ibrahim Traoré achieves such rapid change. They want to understand the political will required. Ibrahim Traoré meets with them in the presidential office. The Burkina Faso flag stands witness as he shares lessons learned. He explains that leadership requires courage. Courage to confront allies. Courage to expose problems. Courage to demand better. He tells them about walking into that weapons depot, about recording his trusted commander committing treason. about the personal betrayal and the national duty, about choosing country over comfort. The foreign officials listen intently. 1 year passes since that night in the depot. Ibrahim Traoré returns to the same location. The building looks different now. New security measures are visible everywhere. Electronic locks, cameras, guards with handheld scanners. The darkness has been banished. A male supply officer shows him the new inventory system. Every crate is tagged. Every weapon is logged. Every movement is tracked. The officer pulls up real-time data on a tablet. He can see the location of every military asset in Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traoré tests the system. He selects a random rifle. The screen shows its complete history. Manufactured 3 months ago. Shipped to Ouagadougou. Issued to a specific soldier. Currently at a forward base in the north. The information is instant and accurate. The officer explains that attempts to manipulate the system trigger immediate alerts. Multiple people receive notifications. Investigations begin automatically. The technology removes opportunities for corruption. Human weakness cannot overcome digital oversight. Ibrahim Traoré congratulates the officer on implementing the system successfully. He asks about challenges. The officer admits some older personnel resisted the changes. They preferred the old ways. They complained about extra steps and procedures. But the resistance faded when results became clear. Equipment reaches soldiers faster now. Maintenance happens on schedule. Supply problems are identified and resolved quickly. The system works better than the old corruption ever did. Efficiency follows integrity. Ibrahim Traoré visits the northern front lines again. He brings no announcements or ceremonies. He simply arrives at a forward base and asks to see the troops. Soldiers gather in the evening light. They look different from last year. Confident, equipped. Ready, a male sergeant approaches him. The sergeant fought in the same unit that lost men to equipment failures. He describes how much has changed. New weapons, reliable ammunition, proper maintenance support. The difference is visible in every operation. He tells Ibrahim Traoré about a recent engagement. His unit encountered enemy forces. Every weapon functioned perfectly. Every soldier had adequate ammunition. They completed the mission without casualties. He credits the new supply system. He credits the president's reforms. Other soldiers share similar stories. Mission success rates are higher. Casualty rates are lower. Morale is stronger. They feel supported. They feel valued. They feel their leaders actually care whether they live or die. The difference is everything. Ibrahim Traoré eats with the soldiers. Simple food prepared at the base. No special treatment. No formal protocols. Just soldiers sharing a meal. The conversations are honest and direct. The atmosphere is trust built on action. A young male soldier asks if Commander Sankara ever expressed regret. Ibrahim Traoré considers the question carefully. He explains that Sankara still justifies his actions, still blames the system, still refuses to accept responsibility. Some people never learn. Some people never change. The soldier nods slowly. He lost friends to equipment failures. He knows what Sankara's greed cost. He takes satisfaction in knowing justice was served. He takes hope in knowing things are different now. The past cannot be changed, but the future can be built better. Ibrahim Traoré returns to Ouagadougou as dawn breaks. The presidential office awaits with endless decisions and responsibilities. The Burkina Faso flag waves outside his window. The work never stops, but the direction remains clear. Forward, always forward. Commander Sankara sits in his prison cell starting year 2 of his life sentence. He requested another meeting with Ibrahim Traoré last month. The request was denied again. Some bridges burn completely. Some betrayals cannot be forgiven. Some consequences are permanent. A male prison chaplain visits Sankara weekly. He tries to help the former commander find peace. Sankara remains bitter and angry. He insists he was made a scapegoat. He claims others did worse. He refuses to see his own responsibility. The chaplain reports these conversations to prison officials. They note Sankara's lack of remorse in his file. Parole will never be considered. The sentence is clear. Life means life. Treason carries the heaviest price. Justice demands nothing less. Ibrahim Traoré reviews reports on all imprisoned conspirators monthly. He reads about their conditions, about their attitudes, about their futures. He feels no satisfaction in their suffering. He feels only sadness that it was necessary, that they chose betrayal over honor. He thinks about the soldiers who died, about the families who grieved, about the nation that was betrayed. Then he thinks about the reforms, about the changes, about the future being built. The pain had purpose. The sacrifice meant something. Burkina Faso is stronger now. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe for more videos like this.